Amer Rahman, who's Senior Partner and Human Rights Lawyer here at Farani Taylor Solicitors. And we're here to have a discussion about the white paper and the proposed immigration rules which will come into place and what this will mean to you. So, Amer, tell me about your opinion on the new immigration rules.
So, Jessica, currently the white paper, which was recently published, that has caused a great concern within the migrants. And for me, the most important aspect in that was that holding the migrants responsible for being a burden on the economy. I think so that's unfair, Jess. Reason being is that there is, like in UK, you got there's about 70 million population in the UK who are British nationals. Non-UK nationals, Jessica, there are only about 11 to 12 million. So holding the migrants responsible for being a burden on the economy when they are only a fraction of the population, that is completely unfair.
Yeah, it's unrealistic.
Very unfair and unrealistic.
So you clearly disagree with the suggestions. What would you have done differently, or what would you have suggested to be included in the white paper?
Jessica, I think the most important things they should have done was that they should have given refugees permission to work. As you are fully aware, it takes considerable amount of period of time for these asylum applications to be decided. So, and people are relying on public funds. Why don't the government, why don't they give them permission to work?
From point of application rather than
Absolutely. Waiting for a year. Some applications take a number of years. And we are giving, them public funds and so on. In my opinion, I think so. We should train them, give them that skill set once they're in the UK. They should be contributing towards the economy, and the only way is to give them permission to work. Number one. Number two is tier one entrepreneur applications, investor visa applications, that should be reinstated. Very important. Why? Because people who come into the country, they will establish businesses in the UK. One. Number two, they will bring in investment. Jobs would be created. So why does not the government focus on these things? These are the things which will help the economy.
Yeah, they should focus on the positive, not the negative.
Absolutely. That's very true. So, Jessica, we have got some good news with regards to people who have been displaced. I believe they're in the region of 39,000 people. The government has announced a concession for such people. They have created a portal. People can go onto the portal, register themselves, and they will be able to have access to care worker visas.
So they're planning to hire from within the country rather than outside the country?
Absolutely. So there'll be though, I understand is that there are at least 130,000 vacancies with regards to this sector. But I still appreciate the fact that, these people who came in this country and they were a victim of abuse by certain individuals, now they have got this opportunity where they can go to this portal and provide the details, and they will be able to get a job.
That is good news, at least.
That is definitely good news.
Another area which has been causing a lot of stress is the changing to the PSW visa. So currently it is a 2-year visa, and they're proposed to change it to an 18-month visa. What is your opinion on this, and how may it affect people who are currently on that visa or on a student visa or planning to enter the student visa?
Well, Jessica, I think so. We've got to see because currently the current document is a proposal, so we don't know as to what changes would be coming into effect, because there's quite a bit of process before this becomes law. Now, I think so. My concern is mainly for those people who have currently applied for the PSW visas and they were unlawfully refused. They challenged those decisions by way of admin review, and they've been waiting for a considerable period of time. I think so. That is my main concern, and reason being is that delay aspect. They should not take that long in terms of deciding these applications. These are point-based system applications, and point-based system applications should not take that long. They're not like human rights. I understand, like in human rights, there are complex issues involved, and that can take time. But these applications, I think so, we should think about it, and where there is considerable delay, the applicants should consider initiating judicial review proceedings. The first step would be to lodge a pre-action protocol letter and take it from there.
And is this something you can help with?
Yes, definitely. I think so. We have a lot of cases currently right now that we're working on. And Jessica, another important thing is that there's plenty of people who reside in the UK and they've completed a tenure where they're eligible for settlement. I think so. It's very important that they should apply now rather than later. And most importantly, people who want to make applications for naturalization, citizenship applications. That part is very, very important, because I think so there will be a lot of changes, and the duration would be enhanced. And in terms of, as you are fully aware, there is English language tests coming up. I don't know what's going to happen with the Life in the UK test. It's very interesting. People tell us it's quite a mission passing those exams. Right. So, but yeah, let's see.
One of the biggest proposed changes, which was announced, is their intention to change the current routes, which are 5-year route settlement, to a 10-year route, and an earned settlement and citizenship category available to some people as well. When do you believe this will come into play, and who do you think it will affect?
I think so. I was going through this document, in fact, and as far my information is concerned, I was looking at one of these speeches made by the Home Secretary in the Parliament, and these were the exact words. I'm going to just quote the Home Secretary, and she said is that we will set up full details of the earned settlement and citizenship reforms later this year. So it's not going to be happening straight away. It's going to be later this year. That's the response to the first segment of your question. And she also said is that we will consult on them, so there will be plenty of opportunity for people to comment on and consider the detail. So if you see, right, that from the comments, from the statement by the Home Secretary, it's very clear that it's going to be happening later in the year. Now, coming back as to this change, because I think so that has created a lot of confusion with the migrants as well, because there are plenty of people currently on skilled worker visas. There are currently people on the PPS. What will happen with them? Would these changes, when they come in, when they change the criteria from 5 years to 10 years, will that have an impact on those people who are currently residing in the UK? As far as my opinion is concerned, in my opinion, it should not have a retrospective effect. We don't know,
no,
right? Because obviously the current document, again, is not the law right now. It's these are proposals. These proposals would be discussed in the Parliament, and then later on, once after a lot of readings and debates and amendments, it will legislate into law. So currently, right now, at the moment, as far as I'm concerned, it should not have a retrospective effect on the people who are currently residing in the UK.
And from going back to your quote that you made, it doesn't appear that they made any suggestion of what the earned settlement and citizenship will entail, or is there no clear guidance on that?
I think so. There's I could not find anything, but I I think so. It's going to be in relation to as to how much someone has contributed towards the economy of this country. So there's two things to it. These changes which they propose to bring, who would they impact mainly? They will impact the people with skilled worker category. Now, I think that it should, in my opinion, apply to those people who will enter the UK after the changes. It should apply to them. And they would say is that if you have contributed towards the economy, there could be something like an early settlement. But again, I think so. We need to wait on that.
It's speculation at the moment.
Yeah, it's a speculation, and we should wait on that.
So, as we obviously do not know quite who it's going to affect, but all the people it could affect, what would you advise them to do right now?
I think so. I've said this earlier as well. I think so. It's very important that people. There's two segments, right? There are people, there are employers who are looking to employ people because they're having difficulties in terms of finding the right candidates for to fulfill those positions within the company. So I think so they should apply for a sponsor license immediately before the changes come in. Number one. Number two is those people who have got a license already and want to employ someone, act now. Allocate the certificate of sponsorship, because otherwise there'd be there would be home office fees, there would be increase, things would be difficult. So I think so. This is what I will advise in this current scenario.
Yeah, so apply now rather than waiting, just to be on the safe side.
Absolutely.
So do you have any final thoughts for viewers at home?
Yes, Jessica, I would say is that please do not panic. I know people are very much worried currently right now. The white paper is a proposal. It's not the law. And we had a very similar position. There was a major shake-up, Jessica. I think so, sometime in July 2012. And even at that time, there were plenty of people who were in a very similar position. And we helped thousands of people at the time. And yes, if you've got any queries, we're more than happy to help you out. But please, be assured, everything should be fine.
So you've heard it here. Do not panic. This is not the law yet. But we're here to help you anyway. So if you have any questions, drop them in the comment box below and we're happy to help.